Sometimes people will do just about anything in order to become famous and set a record, including trying to make it into Guinness World Records. Football, which attracts thousands of people to stadiums and millions of people to their TV sets, is no exception. And speaking of football, today we will take a look at 15 incredible football records that may never be broken. Well, at least we think so. For example, a 149-0 football score is unlikely to be surpassed. So without further delay, let the games begin. The farthest goal. A miracle, an unprecedented moment. These are just a couple of expressions that can be used to describe the farthest goal ever, which was scored by Asmir Begovic in 2013 during an English Football League match. Moreover, it was registered in the 13th minute after the start of the game, which is quite symbolic for many people. The ball started its triumphant flight from Begovic's team's goalpost and traveled 91.9 meters before reaching the opponent's goalpost. The greatest number of red cards in a single match. How many red cards are teams allowed to get during a game? 2, 5, 10? Well, if you pick 10, you don't think as big as Damian Rubino did during a match between Argentina football clubs Claypole and Arellano Arenas. The football game, which was initially rather calm, escalated into a real mass fight right on the football field after the score had become 2-0. At some point, the referee lost control of the situation and started giving red cards to everyone around. As a result, 36 players from both teams were left behind the sports event while the match itself made it to Guinness World Records. Record number of goals scored in a single calendar year. It took Lionel Messi almost one calendar year to score 91 goals in football matches. You have to agree that not every forward can kick 100 of goals during his whole career, but the talented Argentinian was able to do it in less than 365 days. The greatest number of goals in a World Cup by a single player. The Football World Cup, which was held in Sweden in 1958, gave the world the highest goal scorer, Juste Fontaine from France. It's hard to believe, but it was the only World Cup the footballer took part in. During the 1958 championship, Juste Fontaine scored a total number of 13 goals in opponents' nets. The footballer himself believes that he will die unsurpassed as nobody has been able to achieve a better result yet. Record number of goals scored by a goalkeeper. Rogério Ceni is a name that few of us know about, but is a real legend in South America. He is the highest scoring goalkeeper in the history of football. This is the title he holds and was acquired due to his 135 goals scored. Rogério was destined to become a forward, but God only knows why he was put in the net. However, despite this, it should be said that he feels great playing this position. Ceni doesn't worry at all when taking dangerous penalty kicks or free kicks, and his cold-blooded attitude has brought him much success, and he has gained much admiration from Brazilian fans. The highest scoring football match ever. 149-0 is to be added to the collection of incredible figures in the world of football. This was the lopsided score of a match between Adema and Stade Olympique Imerne in Madagascar. It was not because somebody couldn't play football. The matter is that players of the latter team demonstrated their protest against the referee's actions. After the SOE coach confronted him, footballers started scoring own goals. Since they did not have much time left until the end of the match, they managed to kick only 149 goals. The hardest football shot. Roberto Carlos, a Brazilian fullback who had previously held the title of the strongest football striker, took the honorary title Hulk, given to him by his countrymen. The record was handed over when Hulk was playing for Porto against Donetsk Shakhtar. The kick, made from outside the penalty area, was so strong that the ball literally shot into Andrei Pyatov's net. The goalkeeper was unable to do anything in this situation because the ball was flying at a speed of 214 kilometers per hour. The most decorated footballer. There is only one person on the planet who has managed to become a world champion 3 times. He obtained the honorary title in 1958, 1962, and 1970 when playing for the Brazilian team. The footballer's real name is Edson Arantes do Nascimento, but the world knows him as Pelé. The greatest number of goals in a career. The next step on the podium of unthinkable football records is occupied by Pelé again. Just imagine, he scored 1,279 goals over his opponents. This achievement seems unobtainable for other football players. At least none of them has managed to even approach this record. No score series. You may ask, who was the lucky goalkeeper that managed to surrender no goals for almost a year and a half? The record-setting 20 games in a row from May 18th to September 7, 1978 was a run of good luck for Ricardo Pereira de Matos Filho. He fought like a lion to defend the net for 1,816 minutes, playing for Vasco da Gama team, Rio de Janeiro. His so-called no-score series is also registered in Guinness World Records. The longest match. This game took place on August 3, 1962 between Santos and Peñarol from Uruguay and lasted for 210 minutes, including intervals. The reason the match was so long is that the audience was not satisfied and started throwing stones at Robles, a referee from Chile. In order to avoid irritating the crowd, the referee persuaded the players to pretend that the game was going on and then announced 3-3 score, although 3-2 for Peñarol was registered in the match report. The fastest footballer. Performance values registered by special equipment were used to determine the fastest football player. According to the overall rating, the best result was demonstrated by Arsenal forward Theo Walcott. The official figure denoting his speed is 35.7 kilometers per hour. Nobody has managed to even approach the record, which was registered in 2012. The oldest footballer. 55 goals in 89 matches for the Japanese national select team. This is the result achieved by Kazuyoshi Miura, but it is not the performance figures that allow him to make it into Guinness World Records. Having started his career back in 1986, he is currently considered the oldest footballer. However, in spite of his age of 51 years, he is not going to stop playing football yet. His contract has been extended for one more year.
And here.
The fastest goal. A scrupulous analysis of the match held on December 6, 1995 showed that a new record had been set during the game. Damien Morick, Australian Adelaide City forward, became a contender to the title of the fastest scorer in history. According to referees' records, the ball crossed the goal line in just 3.68 seconds after the referee's first whistle signaling the beginning of the game. The fastest sending off. Tom Cahill is the name of the footballer who managed to get a red card even before he subbed out. His fault was that he suggested that the referee reconsider a controversial point in the game, and he was immediately penalized. Of course, the collection of records, including those in football, is going to continue. But the names of these players and clubs have already been recorded in the annals of sports history forever.